Or take me to the side. There is one side.
When you salute these people, they make a picture, they're funny. Man, just salute you.
My brother, don't worry, I got you.
My name is Lamberto.
I'm Ben.
from North Carolina.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I'm Ben here in Austin, Texas.
This is my brother here. Today, man. Yeah, I like what you're doing. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, that's it right here, man.
You're listening to the Nigerian Overdose Mix, mixed by the international DJ, DJ Shinsky.
Sugar cane sweet, but your love is sweeter. So below juice mixed with a little ginger. Oh girl, I wanna be with you, but you know they got enough time from me. I wanna live with you. I got the reason why I can't let go. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Match on your chin, now girl, don't talk. Come in like a thief in a night long jaw. But you know, say, ain't no more just them ball. Nothing you go ever need at all. Match on your chin, now girl, don't know. Taking it a break, at me, I know the rush. Baby, if you want me,
After here, I cannot put it again.
Show me a jigger, let me see. Let me see. And let me see the woman that is with. For a couple $1,000 on your wrist. I'm gonna touch you. I ain't never seen this kind, baby. You do so kind things, make me feel so fine. You know I'm not just trying to get laid, cause I know some kind of chicks do it for the right pay. Baby, make a fire you with my machine guns. 16 rounds, I be King Kong. Girl, you make a sample you my brand new song. Let them know.
Oh girl, I wanna be with you, but you know they got enough time for me. I wanna live with you. I can't see reason why I can't let go. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Señorita, mamacita, body bad and the grace of your features. Nice to meet you, Dimisica. Only one I see for my future. I wanna teach your body a thing or two. If you know the things you do, this love is no be joke, no way before. Yeah, girl, so my boy, you need to get 5-star room, Kaba, me katani, oh man, you my boss, my mama. All of my guys are trash, but you know I rode them. Me if you wanna give it up, just try to come back for your love. All of the guys that you want you, they don't know that I got you. And they never been what we been through. It's your my obsession. When I put you in the right spirit, shawty come and ride in my backseat. Would you tell me what you want, what you fancy? Waiting on my ride like a taxi. I wanna be with you, but you know they got enough time for me. I wanna live with you. I got the reason why I can't let go. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love. Girl, you never know, so you gon' gossip. Man, them so far to find your love.
It's time for you to relax.
It's good. I will please. 5 minutes.
Sure? Don't worry, don't try.
5 minutes.
You're supposed to be tight. Kill up for me, come let's say my time. Let's say we don't mind. When I love the life
when you see yourself in
Before you go and be the witness against me in Jesus' name, the court.
Supposed to be hard. Kilo, go on, chef.
Life is beautiful. Yeah, life is beautiful.
You're right, bro. Let me see your face here. Mr. Gustav.
So far so good. Koni bajo. Let me see you. Let me see you. Bukao. Let me bukao. Let me see you. The buka. Let me see you. Bukao. Let me bukao. Let me see you. The buka. Let me see you. Let me bukao. Let me see you. The buka. Let me see you.
Just you and your wife.
Don't walk, don't try. Supposed to stay high. Kilo don't wanna share food. They feel when I'm mad. When I land so free on a so far flow. So far so good. Koni bajo. Let me see you. Let me see you. Bukao. Let me bukao. Let me see you. The buka. Let me see you. Bukao. Let me bukao. Let me see you. The buka. Let me see you. Let me bukao. Let me see you. The buka. Let me see you. Let me see. Let me see you. You don't walk, you don't try. You're supposed to the vibe. Beat me on a bed. You don't walk, you don't try. You're supposed to the vibe. Yeah. Don't sleep, wake up. Collect your money, wake up. Collect your money, wake up. Tera, go get the moolah. Wake up. Koni ko kala. Kala ko la odila. Don't walk, you don't try. You supposed to be jai. Kilo come, you come, person matter, person we don't mind. But when I land softly on the sofa floor. So far so good. Koni ní bàjẹ́ o. Let me see you. Olólóló. Let me see you. Olólóló. Buka wọn. Let me buka wọn. Let me see you dey buka. Olólóló. Let me see you. Olólóló. Buka wọn. Let me buka wọn. Let me see you dey buka. Olólóló. Let me see you. Olólóló. Buka wọn. Let me buka wọn. Let me see you dey buka. Olólóló. Let me see you. Olólóló. Buka wọn. Let me buka wọn. Let me see you dey buka. Wera, oh, wera, go get the dollar. Wake up. Okola, kala kouye, okora kouye la odila. Don't walk, don't try. Supposed to stay high. Kilo kawulu shefu water. Let's see what I'm at. When I land so free on a sofa floor. So far so good. Koni bajo. Let me see you. Olololo. Let me see you. Olololo. Buka wọn. Let me buka wọn. Let me see you dey buka. Olololo. Let me see you. Olololo. Buka wọn. Let me buka wọn. Let me see you dey buka. Olololo. Let me see you. Olololo. Buka wọn. Let me buka wọn. Let me see you dey buka. Olololo. Let me see you. Olololo. Buka wọn. Let me see you. Buka wọn. Let me see you. You don't walk, you don't try. We supposed to then fight. Beat me on my bed. You don't walk, you don't try. We supposed to then fight.
Shaq was here.
You can get the biggest Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave them the drill, they set it up, I got them on it. I bought a new Patek, I had to walk so what's the tone. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. It ain't your car, you just a listen, you don't own it. If I'm in the club, I got that fire when I'm performing. If I can't just came in and out running. Vibes galore, cute shit, they all on it. I'm from Atlanta when young niggas run. I know they hating on me, but I don't need con. Whenever I tell her to come, she come. Whenever it's smoke, we ain't burning. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. We gon' fuck around the ground. Off this way, doing other shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little fight, she been on my mind. As soon as I get back, she get straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get ready. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. We gon' fuck around the ground. Off this way, doing other shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little fight, she been on my mind. As soon as I get back, she get straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Every other night, another dollar get made. Every other night, started with a good day. I feel like a child, I got boogers in the face. I'm dancing in the dollar, this shit is a parade. I don't want your train, I'm gon' want another slave. I had to draw the line too many bitches getting saved. He just had a me, so I took a private plane. He pussy nigga like it when I'm working on my aim. Drip too hard, hard to the car. You designer to the grind like a better by the name. Drip too hard, coughing on the floor. You gon' fuck around and drown, tryna ride a nigga away. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. You gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all the shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little fight, she been on my mind. As soon as I get back, she get straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made. Drip too hard, don't stand too close. You gon' fuck around and drown. Off this way, doing all the shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little fight, she been on my mind. As soon as I get back, she get straight. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise. Every other night, another movie get made.
Shaq was here. Shaq was here.
You can get the biggest Chanel back in the store if you want it. I gave them the drill, they set it up, I got them on it. I bought a new Patek, I had to walk so what's the tone. Taking these drugs, I'm gonna be up until the morning. It ain't your car, you just a listen, you don't own it. If I'm in the club, I got that fire when I'm performing. If I can't just came in and out running. Vibes galore, cute shit, they all on it. I'm from Atlanta when young niggas run. I know they hating on me, but I don't need con. Whenever I tell her to come, she come. Whenever it's smoke, we ain't burning. Drip too
message to Meghan is hard work pays. I saw when she started, when she was actually thinking about it. We actually talked, and I told her it was going to be a long road, but it's worth it at the end. And I saw the sacrifices she made at the level of family, professionally also, and when she is graduating now with high honors, it means that she put in a lot of hard work, and she was also very, very prayerful. So that's why she succeeded today, and all of us are very happy about it.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, great.
How you doing, sister?
I'm good, thank you.
Can we meet you, please?
Yes, my name is Brenda Commander. I am Mrs. Commander.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, mother of 6.
Wow.
And yeah, happy mother, happy wife. And a friend to the Achus.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. She just become a doctor, which for an African woman, that's a tall dream.
Yes.
So, and as a friend and also an accomplished woman, what would you like to tell her right now?
Yes, the very first thing I want to say to Dr. Meghan Achu is that congratulations, and that my family and I, we are very, very proud of her. She is a good example, not only to other young women in this community, but she is a good example to our children. Yes, to leave from Africa, come here after being educated in Africa as she is, and then got here and still continued her education, and today she is a doctor. There is nothing sweeter than that. We are so, so proud. I am very proud of her. She is beautiful. She is very intelligent. She is humble, because sometimes intelligence and all these things without humility is nothing. She is very humble. Her mom is humble. Her husband. I mean, they are just wonderful people. So we are very, very proud of her. And I would say the sky is her limit. If she can accomplish this, she can accomplish anything.
Oh yes, excellent. Okay, I'm just gonna ask you one more thing, ma'am. It's not easy for Africans, relocating to the United States, starting life all over.
Exactly.
And as an African journalist and podcaster myself, I've seen a lot of Africans just give up on their dream. What can you tell them just to let them know that it's possible?
Yes, I want to tell everybody who has the opportunity to grow, because America is a land of accomplishment. If you come here and you stay focused, you are going to accomplish. So what I want to tell anybody else who is looking at it like, oh my God, how did they do it, is that it's focus. When you get here, or when we get here, we have a purpose in mind. We don't have these same opportunities in Africa. In Africa, we go to school, graduate with bachelor's, honors, and there's no job. But you come to America, you find that if you go to school, you work hard, you can accomplish anything. So the very first thing I would say is focus. If you come, you have to stay focused. And especially in Dr. Achu's case, a mother with kids, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a daughter, so she has to deal with all of this at the same time while going to school. So the very first thing to accomplish your goal is focus. If you come, you have to choose your priorities. What are your priorities? Is it just going to do a basic CNA course and attend every party every weekend? Buy a new dress for every party? What are your priorities? But the way I see it, her priorities were going to school, staying low until you achieve something. So that is the basic thing, focus, focus, and focus.
Okay, congratulatory message to Dr. Meghan.
Yes, Dr. Meghan Achu, we are so proud of you. You are beautiful, you are humble, you are just the best. And I'll still tell you, the sky is your limit. You can still achieve more. You are going to be our professor, everything that you can become. We are so proud.
Amen.
And thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right. How you doing, ma'am?
I feel blessed today. Awesome day to be alive.
So, how was the journey?
It was, what can I say? was a very humbling experience. You know, in life, you think that a lot of things humble you. When I got married, I thought marriage humbled me, and then I had kids. I thought I was humbled. Up until I went to anesthesia school, and there's no greater humility than that because you're challenged on a daily basis.
Exactly. So, your journey to becoming a doctor in America, I know that's a lot. So, can you walk us through it just briefly?
So the exciting thing is that I have no science background, so I'm a strictly art student. Love to read novels, don't care for maths, don't care for chemistry, don't care for physics. But coming to America, I did nursing and I could do maths and chemistry. And then when I graduated from nursing school, our charge nurse gave me a book about careers in nursing, and the first two careers were midwifery and anesthesia, and those were the only two chapters I read. So I felt like it was something that I was called to do. So it was like I was passionate about it. I thought about it, but when I started having kids, I got scared about going to school and leaving my kids. But my husband was insistent on every time I complained about something that went wrong at work, he was like, you want to be a CRN, why don't you just go to school? And I was like, oh no, I think I'm too old to go to school right now. But finally, he connected me with Dr. Atangcho, Kamongwa, and they took me to, they invited me to a foundation called ACNA, and that was the beginning of my journey. So from the time I went and attended a conference at ACNA, from that day, it took me 5 months to get into school. So I worked so hard. I went and took a 5-week statistics class, which was the only requirement I needed. I applied to school on the last day of applications, which was August 15, 2018, and I got selected, and they only gave me 10 days to prepare for the interview. I remember we were looking for tickets, and a ticket to fly into Fort Wayne was like $800, so I flew into Indianapolis, and I drove to Fort Wayne. I interviewed on a Thursday, and they granted me admission on a Monday at 8 a.m. in the morning.
That was fantastic. Well, a lot of kudos to you, my sister. I know what it feels like when you study in Africa and then you come over here. It's a whole different ball game. So I'm the first one who was celebrating you when your husband told me, because I'm like, wow, that's not easy, you know. Okay, now looking back, how grateful are you to Almighty God?
Oh, I'm super grateful because I can say if it's not, I'm only here and I can gladly say, you know, there's a DER period to my name because of him, because there were days that I knew that I just had no zeal to wake up because I was so fatigued, because it's like long days, short nights. It was like anywhere from 14 to 18 hours of study. But God will still give me that little push to just wake up and go and, like, you know, I got you. So there were days that I felt like I can't do this anymore, but there was just that spirit of God that always could just pick me up to just keep going. And he has been there holding my hand, taking care of my family. In the heart of the pandemic, I could do this, and it's amazing because 13 years before I went to school, I did not touch a computer. The only thing I did with a computer was document nursing documentation on the unit. So I showed up to anesthesia school without any knowledge of computing. And if I showed up to anesthesia school without computing, how do you think I'll be here? I'm grateful to God for all of it.
That is so amazing. I'm not going to lie to you. Right now, you are an inspiration to so many young, upcoming Africans. And, you know, I interview a lot of people. I can see the fear in them. Some of them are even afraid to even get a GED, you know. And I always tell them they can do it. And thank God you are here now, a living proof that it's possible. So what encouragement or inspirational word would you give to those who might be aspiring to be like you?
Well, what I can tell them is that, you know, if you wait, so it's been 3 years since I went to school, and it took, 2 years of prep to go into school. If you don't do it now, the time is still gonna go. So there's nothing wrong in failing. we fail to get better. So if you start and you fail, just go back and start all over, because it's that fear of failure that makes us not want to try. Because when I left for school, this was all because my husband encouraged me. Like, I was not even confident in myself to go to school, but my husband was like, you know what, you are a very determined person, and you're one of those persons that when you put your mind to something, you can do it. It's not about intelligence, it's about the desire and the determination. If you want something so bad, you can do it. And that's the one thing that we as humans, we possess that quality. We possess the inner strength. Every one of us has it. Do you want it enough? Is it something that you want? If it's a GED, if it means that you put your feet in water and drink Coke and coffee all night to do it, if you want it that bad, you will get it. Because we are a very powerful species, the human species. We have a lot of inner strength. So we can all do this. So to all my beautiful women out there, young girls, men, young men, husbands, dads, grandfathers, it's never too late to pursue your dream and your passion. Because if I'm here as Dr. Meghan, I think that we can all do whatever we want.
Exactly. Thank you very much. On a last note, we have a 2-day event organized for you, courtesy of your husband, who happens to be my boss. And from what I've seen so far today, I can tell tomorrow is going to be a blast. Now, what are you going to tell all these people who turn out just to cheer you up?
My heart is filled with joy. You know how people say, oh, you want to see, when you die, you want to see how people will celebrate you in your absence. I feel so honored today because I felt like I just got to be fitting burial while alive. Like, I know that if I die tomorrow, it's not just going to be my husband and my kids being there. It's like, I know I'm going to be celebrated because look at, isn't that beautiful? Isn't just that? It's so heartwarming. Like, my heart, it feels like my heart is going to jump out of my mouth. So I am so grateful. I felt honored that these people took time off work. They bought tickets for here just to see me. It's just a fulfilling and just comforting sentiment.
All right. Let me put you on the spot for just one last time. I need you to tell Mr. Gustav something you wouldn't tell him if you are facing him, something romantic that you would not tell him if you are looking at his eyes.
Even if I'm looking at his eyes, I'll tell him that he is the best thing that ever happened. I love you, honey. And I know you always tell me that I have the spirit of Chopaya. And really, yes, I do. And it's all because of you. Because there's that little voice that always comes from you. And you always say, Mommy, you're enough. You always say, oh, my dove, you can do this. And I know that so many times I'm so scared to go out and do it. But it's your love and your support and your compassion, and there's just something special about you that make me want to be better. And you always, I know you joke about it all the time, but you're like, you can conquer the world, but I cannot conquer. I can only conquer the world with you. I cannot conquer it without anybody, because without Gustav there will be no Meghan. Because how can I say? I just feel like you make me want to be better, because you make me believe that there's a better out there. And I love you so much.
All right. Congratulations again, Doctor. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How you doing, Mr. Gustav?
I feel blessed today. Awesome day to be alive. Thank you. How
it's
are
a
you?
Pleasure. I'm good. It's a pleasure to have you again.
Always a joy. Always a joy.
Congratulations. You are now the husband of a doctor.
Hey, I mean, I don't know if I deserve that. I just did what I believe was the right thing. Support her, inspire her, encourage her to pursue her dreams and her passions. I'm glad she was able to stay the path.
Yeah. So what was it like? Studying in America is not a joke.
Absolutely.
So what was it like for her?
Well, I of course, as you would imagine, very difficult. But the one thing, the overarching thing I always say is America is designed for people who are hungry enough. If you want it bad enough, just go get it. There's a certain price you have to pay for everything good, right? In this situation, there was a price we had to pay. Of course, she had to go to school for 3 years away from the family. But at least the end justifies the means. We are happy. She is happy. She feels accomplished, and that's a good thing for the entire family.
Wow. So, when she's away, you know, you have the kids. Well, how is the struggle?
Very difficult, but in all honesty, it wasn't too difficult for me because I prepared my mind, right? In my mind, I just told myself, everything in life has a price you have to pay. And if I want to encourage my wife, if I want her to be able to achieve her dreams and live up to her potential, I have to be able to support her by doing the things that she used to do. And for me, it was a great privilege too, because for one of the rare times in my life, I had an opportunity to really interact with my kids very, very intimately. And it really did change the dynamics of our relationship during that time. So there was some sacrifice, but I didn't look at it like what. I looked at it just like a very, very worth it price to pay for the privilege to move forward in life.
Yeah, there is no doubt your wife is a trailblazer, because I just interviewed her and she said so much about how you made it possible.
Oh, wow.
Now, as a man, I've known you. You are an inspirational speaker, a motivational speaker, an IT man. You always want everybody to do great.
Absolutely.
And American is very challenging.
Absolutely.
So there are some men out there who their wives are going to school and they feel like, oh no, this is too much, you have to work.
Yeah.
So what would you tell them, just for them to know that encouraging your woman to become a better version professionally, it's a good way to go?
No, absolutely. I mean, I will speak to this in two ways. The first way, encouraging your partner, whether it's the man or the woman. It's very important because we live for our ideals and our passions, right? It's important to encourage each other because everybody has what makes them tick. Everybody has what they aspire to become. And the greatest thing that a partner could do to the other is to encourage the other person, to nurture them. Because there are times when your confidence will wane and you need your partner to speak life into you. Now, from a man's perspective, to me, it's never been a question. On the contrary, my wife was the one who hesitated for many years. I'd always pushed her because in my mind, I believe it's important for her to be able to live her dreams, to be able to do the things she's passionate about, because I am doing the things I'm passionate about. And if she's not doing what she's passionate about, then there will be conflict all the time, right? Because she'll never be able to relate to why I'm excited about the things I do. And the second most important thing is that I have 3 beautiful daughters. And it was important for me, for my daughters to have a pillar of inspiration, to look at somebody and say, hey, my mother was able to go back to school at 45 for 3 years and finish. And we already having 3 children, but she never stopped doing what she wanted to do. To me, that was even the most important thing. For my daughters to have a role model they can look up to and realize that it's possible when you want it bad enough.
So every other man should emulate that, right?
Absolutely. No question about that. No question about that. And the third thing, and I'll say this, and I don't want it to be taken out of context. Statistically, men die before they are women. And should something happen to me, I want my wife and my children to be comfortable. I want my children to be able to achieve the things we've always aspired for them. And my family members and anybody who is a loved one to me to be able to still benefit from what I wanted to make them benefit from in their lives, right? So that's how I look at it.
Every man should look at it that way too.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank
now,
you,
as you can see, everybody is here. You see, you're a very powerful man. You brought everybody.
Absolutely.
And I love the fact that you are not selective. You have always been free, universal with every tribe. Because
absolutely.
right now, I'm seeing the entire African continent here.
Absolutely.
Nigeria, Cameroon, Kenya, Togo, everybody is here.
Yes.
How do you pull that off, man?
I pull it off from the basis. And to be fair with you, it's not conscious, right? I just go about life always believing that people are fundamentally good. People come with good intentions most of the time, right? And so I treat people the way I would love to be treated, number one. And number two, as an immigrant in America, I believe that we all in life, not only as an immigrant, but as a human being, a lot of what we get in life, somebody is going to give us. Maybe some water, maybe a job, maybe an opportunity, maybe information about something that is going to benefit you. So when I meet anybody in my life, my goal is to make sure that person leaves with an impact from me. And I didn't realize how many friends I have. To be fair with you, this evening I was surprised myself. We brought chairs here and all of a sudden the chairs were short. Drinks, there's enough food and drink, everyone is happy. And I can only imagine how it's going to look like tomorrow.
Exactly. I was about to ask you because
Yes.
this is dope. You know,
Yes.
I've been doing this for years now.
Correct.
And this is like the biggest pre-event I've seen ever in Austin among African communities.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Really?
So, saying this right now is telling me that tomorrow will be a blast.
It's going to be a blast. Yes. It's going to
Thank
be
you
a
very
blast.
much, Mr.
No
Gustav.
problem, Benoit.
We look forward to tomorrow.
The joy
God
and
bless
pleasure
you.
is mine.
Thank you, boss,
You bet
man.
you bet you. Thank you much.
Yes,
all right?
sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.